Old line watches. Well, that didn't go very well. Hey there, welcome to another episode of Old Line Watches. With you as always is this guy, Jeremy, your old man from the old line state of Maryland. Today, it's going to be a little different. Had a bad experience and I'm going to share it with you. But before we get into all of that, we're going to do those things we do right at the top of the show. We're going to say thank you to a few subs. Today we're saying thank you to Patrick, Henry L, and Henry H, no relation. And a quick wristwatch check. Today it is the Pagani, not quite a Speedmaster, review coming soon. I'm back. Alright, so today we're talking about the Alpina 4 Blackout Stealthy thing from Alpina and the Keeper box, where I temporarily have possession of this from. I'll leave a link to the video review I did about the Keeper box. This was not a great experience with Alpina or the Keeper box, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that before I go into the review. So, as I mentioned in the unboxing of this, it has what they call an E-strap, which is a little doodad right there that does step counting, calories burned, all that kind of stuff. I'm a fan of fitness trackers in case you've never seen this in every single video I have. So, it didn't come with the charger. I wrote to the Keeper box, hey, there's no charger in this thing. You don't get a charger. Why? Because Alpina doesn't include chargers with them. You have to buy that separately. Wow, so you knowingly sent out something that basically lacks a big chunk of its functionality as far as I'm concerned. Can I just send it right back without even wearing it or anything like that and not have that count as my 9 watches for the year? No. Are you even going to use the step tracker? Wow, okay then. I know how I'm getting treated here. Didn't make me feel like they were busy arguing why everything was not their fault, or it was my fault, or it was someone else's fault, instead of just like, hey, what can we do to try to make this better that won't leave anyone in a lurch? I do customer service every day. I deal with people ranging from irate to nuclear mad. And you suck it up and you deal with it. You try to fix the problem. Doesn't seem to be their goal, at least in this instance. Combined with the fact that the first watch that I got from them was not significantly, but less than their advertised prices, MSRPs, as much as, using qualifying words so they can get away with sending out something less. So it's been a very disappointing experience so far. I'm sticking with it through at least the first year. I want to see how it all plays out. One other. They told me that this thing is $900 to $1,100 on places like Joma Shop and blah blah blah. Well, Joma Shop sells it for $750, and eBay's got comps as low as $500. Don't know how well you can see that, but you know. Yeah. So and with the retail price of $1,500, they're probably counting this as one of the upgrades, which means, well, there goes one of my upgrades, because this is well, never mind the fact that Alpina decided you don't need a charger for a device they're going to give you. Spoiler alert, this thing is basically a Swiss shitter, as the kids call it. Sorry, Alpina. Alright, so enough of me griping about it. Let's actually review it, because it could have been a pretty okay watch, probably. I'll never know. Stats and specs. It is 44 mil in diameter, including the crown, 49.3 mil, a lug to lug of 52.5 millimeter, the lug width of 22, 12 mil thick, and weighs in at 114 grams. It is powered by the Alpina AL525 movement, which is just a lightly modified Sellita SW200. 28,800 vibrations per hour, 38-hour power reserve, 26 joules. Features hacking and hand winding. The case is 316L stainless steel, all brushed, all PVD, and well, not all brushed because it's got some polished chamfers there. They look pretty nice, I will admit. It has a double dome sapphire crystal, but it's almost flat. It's just be a hairly dome. You have to kind of like run your hand across it to really even feel that domeness of it. We got a signed screw down crown, measure 7.5mm in diameter. The case back features the Alpina mountains, a basic stat line, 100-meter water resist, Swiss made, etc., etc. The strap is signed, handmade leather, pretty solid quality, except for this part of the strap here, grumble, grumble, grumble. Features a signed buckle. My notes about the dial, the first thing I have written down here is black on black on black. As well, that's basically what it is. We've got applied indices all around, fence post type style with the doubles at noon and single sticks all the rest of the way around. Truncated one over at the 3 o'clock to accommodate for the date window. Not framed, but nicely beveled. We've got the Alpina triangle applied with the Alpina 1883 Genève printed, along with automatic anti-magnetic 100 meters and Swiss made down there at the 6. We got a fairly standard minute track printed there on the rehaut. A also fairly standard black matte dial, but it kind of gives you the whole blackout stealth motif that it's going for here. The hands are loomed and have a nice beveled edge to them, kind of a gunmetal color, so they also playing with the whole stealth mode. Then that one little pop of color there, that red second hand, makes it look really, really nice. There's also that number 4 for the Alpiner number 4 model that this thing is. Okay, quick side note, Alpiner, it just doesn't sound right. Hi, have you seen my Alpiner? It's very nice. Just a little awkward. Yeah, moving on. The bezel is steel PVD, loomed, bi-directional 12-hour with a nice, easy to grip coin edge to it. As you can see, the loom on this puppy is outstanding. Clearly defined, well applied. All in all, definitely a home run for that. Extremely well done. Well, as you can see, it is running very, very smooth. Nice amplitude, minimal beat error. That is a fine modified Salida they've got in that puppy, I tell you that. Props and slops. All right, for the props. Stealth like a mofo. You know, the whole super black on black thing, it makes a very, very dynamic, well, not dynamic, because there's nothing about it that's dynamic. It's fairly unoriginal, but it's executed extremely well. The whole stealth style, not necessarily great for a daily wear, but definitely an impressive piece here. The finishing is outstanding, top to bottom. From the way the light flashes along the indices, the hand, the case, everything is really extremely well made. The slops. Well, first things first, this is PVD coated. It should have been DLC coated. The difference being is the way it is applied makes it much, much more scratch resistant with the DLC versus the PVD. Like, PVD is what you see on like $400 micro brands, not on $1,500 retail Alpina Swiss. And I mean, aside from like my massive disappointment about that, which I covered that in the beginning, it's the same problem I've always had with Alpina. It's it's kind of bland. Like I can go and buy, I don't know, a Tissot or a Hamilton or anything that of comparable specs that just, has more design value built into it, that just, shows a little bit more artistry. If you want a watch that just, is a good looking watch, this is great, but that's not for me. I want to see more thought into it than let's just make a basic good looking watch, which seems to be what Alpina does, which is why I'm not that big a fan of them. All right, let's do some final words here. All right, so that was our review of the Alpiner 4 stealthy blackout, not functional E-trap fitness checker thing. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you just have a bad experience. I did. We'll see how it plays out in the future. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. This has been your old man from the Old Line State, signing off.